Just going to talk for a minute about some of the shortages I've been running into from ordering a new truck to looking at a Polaris side by side to a piece of audio equipment for one of my studios to generators. Hell, now you can't even get Pillsbury products. This is where I draw the line. If I can't get some goddamn biscuits, we got a problem, right? Man, I could have swore last year the government was telling us that supply chain issues and inflation was going to get better by March. Yeah, it's not getting any better. Inflation is still rocketing. Supply chain issues are getting worse. No one seems to be talking about this. It was all COVID, but then the war started. And now we talk about the war, and we don't even talk about COVID and inflation and supply chain issues. Then the gas prices came, which is going to make inflation worse. But this one just came out, and I've noticed this. Like if you get the whatever the flaky biscuits are, the cinnamon rolls in a can, like that stuff's not. That's it's been hard to get in a grocery store. Um, but like, this is a food shortage issue. It's like why are we having a hard time getting biscuits? Like does that not concern anybody right now? We don't need Pillsbury products. I get it. But we keep seeing these holes in the supply chain, and it seems like no one seems like they're that concerned about it. Well, I'm concerned about it. I was trying to find one of these Honda generators. Good luck finding one of these things. They're back ordered to all hell. You might get lucky and find one locally somewhere, but good luck. You got to buy one of those, off-brand, you know, probably made in the same factory. Who knows? But you can't find these things anywhere. Trying to find, I have a toy hauler. I mean, I got solar and whatnot. I got a small portable, but I was gonna throw one of these 5500s in it, which is like the most common RV trailer generators out there. My toy hauler is actually rigged, pre-wired for one of these things. Leaves warehouse in 16 to 24 weeks. That's if you're lucky. When I talk to the local places that install these things, they're saying 6 months. So it's like 6 months to get a goddamn Cummins 5500. Sold out. Audio equipment. I've had one of these on order since November. I have a whole rack of studio equipment at another studio that I would like to use, but I need this interface to run it. This was supposed to be available end of January, early February. Now they're saying May because of semiconductors. I've had a Ford F-250 Tremor King Ranch with the Power Stroke on order since September. We're 7 months in. I just got off the phone with them today. I had to remove the bed cover, the spray and bed liner, the rear heated seat, the winch, and the fifth wheel and gooseneck prep. I had to remove all that stuff if I wanted to get my truck built sooner. Um, Ford just has a massive supply chain issues on all that stuff. Go figure. You can't even. What is holding you up from a spray in bed liner? They look at. It's not just semiconductors, right? We're talking about a chemical, right? Anyways, that's all stuff I can get local, aftermarket, which I didn't want to deal with, but I will. And if you got like adaptive steering, you're probably never going to get your truck because it's got more. It's probably the same semiconductors that go on my audio interface. It's been back ordered since November. They probably need those same kind of semiconductors that go into adaptive steering. So you don't even think about ordering adaptive steering. Is what it sounds like. I was inquiring about looking at one of these 2-seat, 4-seat, messing around to see what would be a good combination for up north. Maybe even making one street legal, but you can only get the XP1000s right now. When you call the dealers, it's like, well, can you? The 2023 is coming out, and the dealer's like, look, man, we got nothing right now. We can't even order them. I don't know what to tell you. If I hear something from Polaris, we'll get back to you. So it seems like it's still a shortage of ATVs, side-by-sides, jet skis. All this stuff is just on back order, supply chain shortages. Good luck getting one right now. And I did an episode with Kane a while back about Rolexes. The Rolex dealer They can't even they can't even order them right now, and they have no idea when they're going to be able to order them again. Weird combination of the world having too much money and supply chain issues, right? And yeah, the world's not going to end if we can't get Rolexes or Polaris side by sides, and world might end if I can't get some goddamn biscuits. So I just does this seem like a sound and stable economy to you? And you watch the stock market, it held up pretty good, considering that there's a war going on with the mild threat of chemical or nuclear weapons, and gas prices are at, you know, $4.55 a gallon. The stock market's been pretty resilient. But these are just the things that I am talking about. I could probably come up with 10 other items that have been out of stock at the grocery store, that you can't order online right now, that are back ordered all to hell. Does that sound like a stable economy to you? Or does it sound like one that's about to unravel and completely collapse? Um, People are kind of employed right now. They got some money in the bank. We're getting through it. What happens when that all stops? Like, is the music slowing right now? It hasn't stopped. It's just slowing right now. I'm just a little concerned that with inflation, which gas prices are going to make worse. I mean, I filled up one day, it's $167 to fill my truck up. That was before the gas went really up, or before diesel went really up. These supply chain shortages are eventually going to start hurting companies on their revenue and their earnings, which means the stock market's going to go down. There's so many cracks in the system. Food supply, inflation, interest rates are going up. There's no question about that. If you look back a couple of years ago when we started to raise rates, you could see where we potentially started to move towards a recession. They got to raise rates a lot right now to combat this inflation. Housing market's still booming like crazy. Houses are selling, getting 30, 40 walkthroughs in 24 hours, all cash sale, skipping the inspections. Like, there's still this insanity going on in the real estate market. Does any of this feel like a sound economy, though? I feel like you watch the news, and because the stock market's up in the 30,000s and it still goes up, 3, 4, 500 points some days, that means we're doing okay. That doesn't mean we're okay. That just means the stock market's doing okay. So I don't know. I just feel like from a manufacturing side, there's either a lot of pent-up demand that's going to keep us alive and stretched out for the next 24 months, or this whole thing's going to come crashing down, and it's going to be mostly because I'm not going to be able to get some biscuits. If you ever do biscuits and gravy, instead of doing the like just quick biscuits, if you're trying to make some quick and dirty biscuits and gravy, get the Pillsbury Grand biscuits, cook them things up, pour the sausage gravy over it. You won't regret it. It's a quick and easy. You get tired of eating Bisquick all the time. You either got to make the biscuits from scratch, or try the canned biscuits. I'm telling you, it's going on a segue here, but you will not be disappointed. And I don't know. At this point, I was going to buy some more solar panels and a couple more lithium batteries and screw the generator. It's crazy times out there. Anyways, if you got something on back order, if you are waiting forever, if there's some things you want to buy but you can't, drop a comment below. Let us know what you're waiting on and how long you've been waiting. Or maybe there's something you can't even buy. You can't even order this, for example. Right? You can't order a razor right now. You can order an XP1000, but I don't want an XP1000. Everybody wants these. Give me the 64-inch or the 72-inch version of this. With the long travel suspension. But anyways, that's all I got for this one. I'll catch you on the next one.